Hello, welcome to Portable Fire Extinguisher Training. The goal of today's training is to make you comfortable with a fire extinguisher. As you know, fire grows exponentially in size, at least doubles in size every minute. And if you can catch it when it's small, you may be able to safely put out the fire. A fire extinguisher can be your first line of defense in a fire. In this training, we will go over the following: extinguisher placement and maintenance, firefighting decision criteria, types of fires and fire extinguishers, parts of a fire extinguisher, and how to use a fire extinguisher. According to the U.S. Fire Administration statistics, the kitchen is the place where most fires occur. Good places to put fire extinguishers are near exit doors, hallways, kitchens, mechanical or electrical rooms. They need to be in plain sight, so do not put them in closets because it will cost you valuable time when going to get it. To prevent fire extinguishers from being moved or damaged, they should be mounted on brackets or in wall cabinets with the carrying handle placed 3.5 to 5 feet above the floor. The bottom of the fire extinguisher shouldn't be any lower than 4 inches above the floor. It is also recommended to install a sign or other means of identification above the portable fire extinguisher, so its location can be identified from a distance in case it is obstructed from view. Fire extinguishers must be positioned based on the potential type of fire and size of the fire that occur. Also, to ensure each area is protected, you need to make sure the extinguisher is fully charged and working properly. It is recommended to inspect all extinguishers at least once a month. So ask yourself these questions. Is each extinguisher in its designated place, clearly visible and not blocked by equipment, coats, or other objects that could interfere with the access during an emergency? Is the nameplate with the operating instructions legible and facing outward? Is the pressure gauge showing that the extinguisher is fully charged, which means that the needle should be in the green zone? Is the pin and tamper seal intact? Is the extinguisher in good condition and showing no signs of physical damage, corrosion, or leakage? Have dry powder extinguishers been gently rocked top to bottom to make sure the powder is not packing? If you answered no to any of these, you need to immediately address that issue. Remember, extinguishers do not replace the priority of the fire department. Extinguishers are only effective on small fires under certain conditions. Always remember that even if the fire is small, call 911. Sometimes fires appear to be completely extinguished, but it can be smoldering and come back. Always sound the alarm regardless of the fire size. If you're involved in a fire, there may be times when it's best for you to get safely out instead of trying to fight the fire. In fact, there are times when fighting the fire may increase the danger to yourself and the others in the area. Here is a list of things to consider before you try to fight a fire. Only stay and fight the fire if you can say yes to every item on this list. Is the fire small enough and contained enough that you can put it out safely? Is a fire extinguisher available and within easy reach? Is the fire extinguisher of the proper type to put up the kind of fire that you want to extinguish? Do you have a safe egress or exit route that can be reached without exposure to fire? Different types of fire extinguishers are designed to fight different types of fire. To understand how fire extinguishers work, you need to understand a little about fire. Fire is a very rapid chemical reaction between oxygen and a combustible material. This results in the release of heat, light, flames, and smoke. For fire to exist, the following 4 elements must be present at the same time. Enough oxygen to sustain combustion, enough heat to raise the material to ignition temperature, some sort of fuel or combustible material, and the chemical reaction that is fire. Portable fire extinguishers apply an extinguishing agent that will either cool burning fuel, displace or remove oxygen, or stop the chemical reaction so fire cannot burn. When the handle of an extinguisher is compressed, agent is expelled out the nozzle. The types of fire classes are A, B, C, D, and K. Let's go over each of these. Class A fires are from ordinary combustibles such as cloth, wood, paper, rubber, and many plastics. Use an air-pressured water fire extinguisher labeled with an A on this type of fire. You can recognize an air-pressured water extinguisher by its large silver container. They are filled with about 2/3 of the way with ordinary water, then pressurized with air. In some cases, detergents are added to water to produce a foam. Type B fires are from flammable liquids such as grease, gasoline, oil, some paints, or other solvents. Use carbon dioxide fire extinguishers labeled with a B on this type of fire. These extinguishers put out fires by displacing oxygen or taking away the oxygen element of the fire triangle. Because of its high pressure, when you use this extinguisher, pieces of dry ice shoot from the horn, which also has a cooling effect on the fire. Type C fires are from electrical equipment such as computers, microwaves, fuse boxes, wires, or other energized electrical equipment. Use dry chemical fire extinguisher labeled C on this type of fire. It puts out fires by coating the fuel with a thin layer of fire retardant powder, separating the fuel from the oxygen. Type D fires are from combustible metals involving powders or flakes of magnesium, sodium, potassium, titanium, or other flammable metals. Use fire extinguishers labeled D on this type of fire. Type K fires are from combustible oils such as lards, fats, animal oils, and vegetable oils used in commercial cooking. Due to the higher heating rates of vegetable oils in commercial cooking appliances, portable fire extinguishers now includes a Class K rating for kitchen fire extinguishers, which are now required to be installed in all applicable restaurant kitchens. Once a fire starts in a deep fryer, it cannot always be extinguished by a traditional range hoods or Class B extinguishers. So, use fire extinguisher labeled K on this type of fire. A multi-purpose dry chemical or ABC extinguisher works on A, B, and C fires. In addition to the dry chemicals smothering the fire by depriving it of oxygen, the powder also works to interrupt the chemical reaction. Keep your back to an exit and, depending on the size of the extinguisher, stand 10 to 20 feet from the fire. Follow the 4-step pass procedure. If the fire does not begin to go out immediately, leave the area at once. Remember the word pass, P-A-S-S. P stands for pull the pin. This unlocks the operating lever and allows you to discharge the extinguisher. A stands for aim the extinguisher nozzle or hose at the base of the flames. This is the spot where the flames are touching the fuel source. Note, do not touch the plastic discharge horn on the CO2 extinguishers. It gets very cold and may damage your skin. S stands for squeeze the trigger while holding the extinguisher upright. And the other S stands for sweep the extinguisher from side to side, covering the area of the fire with the extinguishing agent. Watch the fire area, and if the fire reignites, repeat the process. Warning: Portable fire extinguishers discharge faster than most people think, many within 15 to 30 seconds.
Hello, my name is Aaron Parker and I'm with the Snohomish County Fire Marshal's Office. Today we want to simulate extinguishing a fire using the pass method. That involves pulling the pin, aiming, squeezing the handle to activate the extinguisher, and with a sweeping motion at the base of the fire until the fire goes out. So we're pulling the pin, aiming at the base of the fire, squeezing the trigger, sweeping. That's the pass method.